Alright, good morning guys. Whew, nice chilly early morning. So I'm on the way to this town. That I call Same Simulation Salinas. It's called Salinas in Uruguay, and every time I go there the same thing happens. Funny, I've got an ear already. So funny, man. Look, no one else on the street got an ear. Can see him listening. I mean, look, and even looks, bro. It's just amazing. People can't mind their own business, and Uruguay's the worst because it's communist. It's so funny they think they're socialists here. It's fucking hilarious to me, like coming from Australia, coming into here and they're like, oh, we're socialist. I'm like, lol, where's the social infrastructure if you're so social? They think because of their like attitudes, and yeah, I understand the core definition. Like on the internet, if you Google socialism versus communism, I get the difference with state ownership and all that. But again, for like the 5th time on this channel, are you hearing what I'm saying? If you come to Uruguay, you'll see there's not even bins. See, there's like a bin up there at the bus stop. That used to not be here. And the city is the dirtiest city. Man, it's so dirty. Bangkok is worse, but I think there might have been a strike when I went to Bangkok on collecting rubbish. Anyway, me and my dad got sick up in a building in Bangkok because it was so dirty. But here, you know, it's very similar. Like in the city, there's a lot of garbage around. Anyway, the video's not about that. I should have turned it on from the start. When I walked out of the apartment, I had a guy with yellow fluoro, and his dog was wrapped in a fluoro pink, like little vest. Oh man, it's really weird, because every time I go to this town, it starts the same way. There'll be a person in fluoro, and two or three times in a row, there was someone with this pattern of jumper. Very rare. Obviously very rare, like jumper to have on. And I took photos. You're going to see it in the Same Simulation 3. But this might, you know, if I was to make this video today on that, which I'm not, this is all just precluding to what I'm actually going to talk about. Oh, sorry, not even precluding, kind of irrelevant to what I'm about to talk about, but not really, because we're going to talk about like glitching. And I feel that this is a major glitch because it keeps rerunning the same thing. Oh. And we're going to talk about why. Sorry, I've got some morning phlegm. Yeah, so look at this. Security, alarms, just and there's always the same thing. There'll be someone in fluoro, there'll be intimidation, and then there'll be like things like people wearing the same clothes, like mocking you, right? That's what gang stalking colours are. They're basically saying, haha, yeah, you're being gang stalked, but nobody else is going to know it because you're the only one, you know, that has the pattern recognition of those colours, because you're the only one seeing out of your eyes, you know what I mean? Anyway, and it's that place that I stayed in the bushes where I'm going. And I buried like 20 bags of clothes. If you're on the channel, you know the story, how I lost my card last year, the bank card. And I had to go dumpster diving even before I figured out I could get Visa International. Now, anyway, let's get into why, like, I get the reruns. Why do you guys get the reruns? And the dogs, man. Fuck, it's annoying. So when I walked out of the building, I walked past a window. I had to go back and get my glasses. And I walked back a little fast, so my vibration was extra. And you know, any suckers, like, because there's old people like looking out their windows, like just waiting for, it's like a Venus fly trap or something. Like they're just waiting for their prey to come past and attach their vampiric energy suckers. Old people sitting by the window. These organic portals. And what's interesting is that I walk back and I get coughs, 2 or 3. I was like, what the fuck? Why don't people cough around other people? Like, when I'm in my apartment, man, I'm sitting there in my room and I hear people just cough past my window because I can hear them coming from like 20, 30 meters away. You know, like 20 meters away and then going for like 20 meters. So it's really strange that they'll like cough near me. And I've talked about this, I wrote like almost a whole page on it in the Organic Portals Handbook, the cough. And it's funny that like there's other channels out there that really note the cough. So it's very interesting. Some of you see it as well. It's like a push notification. They're trying to get into your aura and trying to get on your nervous system. Starts niggling away. They're putting like little demons on there. Oh my God. I've got like a flouro meeting over here. And the dog stalkers, like, this dude's, yeah, hello, I'm stalking you. That's how they do it in Uruguay. You look at them because they're staring at you and they'll say hello, and I'm always just like, fuck off. The fuck you staring at me for in the first place? And anyway, we've got a fluoro meeting here right where I cross the road. Good old huge fluoro meeting. So the thing simulates the same simulations because, oh yuck, almost stepped in vomit. Someone vomited. The thing's going over and over itself every time I go to this town because, because the gang stalking is heightened there. As you can see. Man, it's funny. As if it's not funny. Oh, it just happens to be the street I chose. Fuck off. So gang stalking colour of mine is fluoro, in case anyone doesn't know why I'm laughing my ass off. You can't make this stuff up, but they can stare at you and make it up because they're agents, you know what I mean? They're just staring. So funny because every time I go to the same place, I'm going to the bus stop now to go to that town. It's called Salinas. I get the same activity, and you've seen it. I've caught it on video every time. So the reason that it is reiterating, right, and glitching is because my gang stalking is heightened at that town. And what gang stalking is a dark structure. Oh, here we go. We've got a starer. Did you see him just staring? Just lost in agent stare. It's funny because all they've got to do is to confirm it's me is know that I'm speaking English. You know what I mean? That's all they've got to do. They've just got to figure out that, yep, he's on his way. Do you see what I'm saying? He's just standing out there. Look at him. And he was looking. He was looking back. Oh, what a fuckwit. Oh, man. You guys so bad with it. I wonder how it is when I get back to Australia, because everybody's saying, like, it's gone hell communist. So it'll be interesting, because I've been out of Australia 5 years. I wonder what the Matrix has lined up to simulate for me. There'll be, like, simulations ready when I arrive on the ground in Australia. You know what I mean? And then there'll be long simulations like, oh, we're going to try and get him into this workplace and so on and so forth. Anyway, so, you know, it's a dark structure, gang stalking. They are the family of dark who set up the structure for the family of light to find their way home to the family of love. So they work for us. And yes, that's one way you can use them to enhance your consciousness, right? Via the pattern recognition, the mirroring. They mirror you, right, and mimic you. Fucking hell. Anyway, so when it's glitching, it's because there's no new energy entering the system. And, you know, this has been foretold. Now the family of dark don't have any more energy coming their way. And, you know, all we're feeling and experiencing and seeing in the world is their addendum, basically, like of the old world. Who knows what's going to come next. But there's no energy like pumped into them more. They're just running off like residual, basically. So, because, you know, you're going to say to me, well, you know, they're forming a world government and all this. How I'm just going to cross over so we can get the view better of the flouro on every corner. Fuck me. Because I haven't been to this place for a while and they really want to catch me digging up these bags. So the gang stalking is just going insane, but it's the same thing. Look. Flouro. Old mate Flouro up here. Yeah, man. And dog stalkers, obviously. They're always around. Surprised no one's coughed yet. But, you know, it's glitching. Remember the other day I was talking about why organic portals have gotten more strange, and there's several reasons, like the Great Sealing. They know they've won, so, like, you know, they're revealing themselves more. You know, the Great Harvest and the Sealing at the end of history here. And I was also saying about Terence McKenna's time wave, how it went into maximum novelty in 2012. You know, novelty has the quality of strangeness and weirdness and newness. So I just wanted today to say another reason, because there's less energy, or no more energy, new energy given to them. You know, they're just going to keep running on the same coding. So, you know, you can think of it like fluoro yellow, bruh. Yeah, bruh. Fluoro yellow there. On every corner we got fluoro. So it's a little bit suspicious, don't you think, guys? I'm not into the red, but hey, maybe red's part of my gang stalking with the 3 cars there in red. 3 cars in red and 2 in silver. Oh, I don't know. Oh, and the same guy who you see in another video looks back and stalks me from over here when I was filming this place. I was saying, because this is like it's meant to be solutions for habitations, that building, but it's shut down, and I made a video and that old dude was walking along here and looked back at me in another video. So, eventful morning, good video capture. Let me continue. So yeah, there's no more new energy, and you can think of it like the energy creates the code, because the energy is intelligent, right? When you get your download, it's intelligent. It's not just like a dumb vision. You know, light is informational, and so you can think of the energy that I'm talking about, you know, equal to the code. Basically, it creates new code. So that's what they don't have, and we seem to be pools of it, right? We're complexity knots of that higher light. There's a fucking dog just barking at me for no reason, way across the road. And they go mental because I'm expressing myself freely. It's the same with these organic portals. You know, I'm not doing nothing illegal. Why do they all stalk me just because I'm digging up clothes in bags on a beach? Even if there's some, you know, plastic bags, rubbish left. God, man, it's on the beach. It's going to get covered by sand and you'll never see it again in you know, maybe overnight from wind and sand. So, I mean, it's amazing how much they've stalked me in that town. It's called Salinas, Uruguay, man. So, ooh, it's got that obelisk. You'll see the videos. It's very interesting because that obelisk must be Masonic as well, obviously. Who else would build a big obelisk, guys? Huh? Who else? Obviously the Masons. And, you know, Uruguay has the headquarters for all South America of Masons, Mason headquarters. That, my last boss told me that. Remember him? Augustin Rodriguez, the national director that I was the personal aide to from, you know, Megastar Restorations, LLC, Vendors for American Homes for Rent. Yeah, he was telling me how he was the master of his lodge and all this. I was like, oh, this is brilliant info. Does he know that I make videos against masonry? Lol. You know, that was like God or something just handing it to me. And it turns out Veronica is from Masonic lineage. The girl I came here to be with the lady, Veronica, she's a little older than me. She's like 40 or something. I came here to be with Veronica. You see her in the videos when I'm back in the ICP, the Investigation Scientific Paranormal, which she's the director of. Back in the city a few years ago, you can see on the channel the videos. So it turns out she's Masonic, the woman I came here for. And we have even more fluoro. Fluoro yellow there. And you're like, oh, these are just like community workers. Yeah. Remember the video I said? Community arse blowers? About the blower machines. They're blowing away leaves. I was talking about in a video a few years ago. And they're blowing away leaves. And, geez, looks busy here. Standing around, what are they doing? Same thing, community arse blowing. See what I'm saying? Not even any cars here. 4 guys just standing around doing nothing. And this is where the homeless guy was, and I lost the video because I said, how could a homeless guy be here? There was a fence here, but he was here making a fire. There was like a little tin roof here, and he was making a fire in there. I was like, what the hell? There was smoke billowing off. I'm like, how the hell could someone be living there? A TI couldn't, but now I can't find the video. You saw the other homeless guy in the city video had a fridge just sitting on the street in the city. How rare. But you know what I figured out? It's because there was no viewpoint better than where that homeless guy was sitting to see the 4 streets. Yeah, I figured it out. He was a vecino, which is an underground telepathic network in Uruguay, and you'll experience it. You have to, because there's a very low magnetic field here. And there's more masonry structure. Anyway, good vid. It's interesting that I go to this town and the same shit happens. It's like the same stuff keeps happening when I get Visa International emergency cash requests. My bank messes around for days when all they have to do is say, yeah, approved. There's always like a changing of a person each day, and it's like they don't keep up with the request or something. So weird. And then when they say they've approved, I have to tell them to recontact Visa, because Visa says, oh, we don't know, is it approved? And like, oh, it's amazing. It's the same thing, right? Because if you can't escape it, there's also no reason for update to it. But what I'm saying in a larger picture is that there's actually no new energy given to these beings or these people at all anyway. Do you understand? Man, it's starting to get hot now. Whew. That was the main point I wanted to give across. And just a third reason for glitching and why organic portals are acting so strange. But really think about those other 2 reasons, guys, right, that I mentioned.